Right. I want to record this video message in English. I've been debating talking about this or whether I should say anything about this or not. Like, I've been debating that in my head, whether I should say anything about this or not at this point. But maybe I will, because and I was also thinking whether I should record this message in Urdu or English, because I want the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS, watching me to understand this message, and I want him to understand what I'm saying and the message that's coming through here regarding Eid-Ul-Adha that the Muslim world is celebrating right now. Oh, and okay, they want me to mention the Hajj, the pilgrimage that takes place in Saudi Arabia every year as well, with millions of Muslims pouring into Saudi Arabia for the Hajj, for the annual Hajj, for the annual pilgrimage every year from around the world. And then, of course, at the end of the Hajj or the pilgrimage, Muslims celebrate Eid-Al-Adha, which is the animal sacrifice, Eid, or celebration. And, since I've been back here and I'm having to go through this time of year again here, it's been a lot more difficult for me. Like, after being, away from here for 20 years, nearly 20 years, and then having to come back here and go through this time of year again here, it's been very disturbing and very difficult for me. The sights and the sounds and, people doing animal sacrifice, Muslims doing animal sacrifice around me. Even my own family, even my own Muslim family here. And what can I do? It's like, what can I do? It's like I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything to stop it. I can't even talk to people I can't even talk to Muslims to let them know what they are exactly doing. Like, what are they doing when it comes to animal sacrifice? And that it has not come from God. It has not come from Allah. Rather, it has come from Jinn Iblis. So you are not following the orders and the commands of God or Allah. Rather, you are following Jinn Iblis. You are following the orders, the instructions, and the command of Jinn Iblis when it comes to doing animal sacrifice. But of course, they will think I'm crazy, and and who knows what else they would want to do to me. So what am I supposed to do? I can't even say anything. And that's why I was like, should I even record this message with my face on and put it online, for my audience, the few that are watching me here on my channel. But also, once I put it out there, it's out there. Anyone could come across it out there in the world. But anyway, I don't know, I guess something needs to be said, and someone needs to be brave enough to say it, because otherwise this will just keep on going. This atrocity, this animal massacre will just keep on going every year in the Muslim world if nobody says anything about it, and if nobody tells the truth about it. Because how would Muslims know if nobody tells them the truth? They won't even know what they're doing. They don't even know what they're doing. So somebody has to tell them, somebody has to at least inform them, somebody has to tell them the truth. And then the decision, the choice will be with them, what they want to do about it or not. And if they want to do anything about it, or if they could even do anything about it or not, then it'll be up to their free will choice. It'll be up to them to decide, to choose. But if they don't even know, if they are not even informed, if they don't even know the truth, because there's no one who knows the truth, or there's just someone like me who knows the truth, or I'm the only one who knows the truth about it. And then if I don't even tell them, if I don't even say anything out of fear for my life, then this animal massacre in the Muslim world every year will continue, and not for Allah, not for God, but for Iblis, Jinn Iblis, because the Muslims are doing this animal sacrifice for Jinn Iblis, not for Allah, because God or Allah will never ask anyone for an animal sacrifice of any kind, for any reason. And also, the insight that I am getting regarding these animals that are getting sacrificed, or the animals that get sacrificed, whether these are goats or cows, and I think in Saudi Arabia and Middle Eastern countries, they sacrifice camels as well. And the insight I am getting about that in terms of the souls or the spirit of these animals, and who these souls or spirits of these animals are, wow, just wow. Because, even if Muslims are asleep to the truth of this Eid-Ul-Adha and animal sacrifice business, and the fact that it has not come from Allah, rather it has come from Iblis, and that they are following Iblis, and that they are carrying out Iblis's orders when it comes to animal sacrifice and celebrating Eid al-Adha. And even if the Muslims don't know about the truth, even if the Muslims do not know about this truth, even if the Muslim world does not know about this truth and is asleep to this spiritual truth, but the judgment from God, well, let's say, Allah's judgment or God's judgment, there is such a thing as God's judgment. And in Hinduism, it's called karma or karma. The Muslims will still have to go through their karma, or the Muslim world will still have to go through their judgment for this, for slaughtering innocent animals, and for this animal massacre every year in the Muslim world, all throughout the Muslim world. So they will still have to pay their dues. They will still have to pay their karma. They will still have to pay their karma. They will still have to go through God's judgment for doing this. That's why the insight I'm getting in terms of these animals that are being sacrificed and their ruh, meaning their soul or their spirit, and who they are in terms of, their soul, their spirit, their ruh, and what's going on there, it is shocking. And it's like, wow, like, not that, should I share that insight with you? I'm getting a yes. So, right. I mean, who else will tell you this? Nobody but me. So, if this information gets spread out in some way after I have posted this video message on my channel on the internet, then remember the original source. Remember where this information came from originally. The first source, the original source. That's me. This information is coming from me originally as the first source, as the original source of it, of this information. And then, if it gets copied and spread around the world, if not now, maybe in the future, I don't know, then remember who it came from first, from me. So the insight I was getting, or I'm being given, is that the animals that are being sacrificed, it's like it would have to have begun with you know humans, human butchers slaughtering innocent animals, right? And then that's where the karma started. And then after that, it's been a continuous karmic cycle for these butchers. So when these butchers slaughter innocent animals, then next lifetime, they have to reincarnate as an animal, or their soul, their spirit, their ruh, or I guess in Hinduism it's Atma, but Hindus don't slaughter animals like this. So we're talking about Muslims and the celebration of Eid-Ul-Adha, which is, the animal sacrifice Eid. So the souls or the spirit or the ruh of these human butchers reincarnate, meaning comes back into the body or into the bodies of these animals next lifetime, and then they are the ones who get slaughtered and sacrificed every year on Eid al-Adha. Are you getting what I'm putting down? Are you understanding what I'm telling you? So to make it easier for you to understand, to put it simply, let's just take the example of this Eid al-Adha right now that is being celebrated around the world in the Muslim world. The animals that are being slaughtered on this Eid al-Adha, their souls, their spirit, or their ruh is of the human butchers. Obviously, their soul or their spirit or their ruh was obviously in a human body in another lifetime. And then their occupation was being a butcher and slaughtering animals and sacrificing animals. And then, next lifetime, they come back, their soul, their spirit, their ruh come back into the bodies of these animals, or into a body of, one of these animals. And then they are having that experience of being that animal, or of being these animals, because their soul, their spirit, their ruh is in a body of an animal. These animals that gets, that gets slaughtered and sacrificed, that they, being butchers, slaughtered and sacrificed in a past life. And now they are being these animals this lifetime. And they are getting slaughtered and sacrificed, just like they slaughtered and sacrificed these animals in a past life. This lifetime, they themselves are being slaughtered and sacrificed as these animals on this Eid-Ul-Adha. I hope I'm making sense. I hope some people are going to be able to understand this. And that's their karma. That's their judgment from God for slaughtering innocent animals. Or, this karmic cycle has been going on for millennia, for however long on this planet Earth, since, ever since animal sacrifice has been going on this planet Earth. So you got to think, who is being slaughtered and sacrificed? Who are these animals and their souls, their spirit, their ruh, that are being slaughtered and sacrificed on this Eid-Ul-Adha? It's the butchers who slaughter and sacrifice animals. And then they come back as animals. Their soul, their spirit, their ruh comes back into the body of one of these animals, and then they get slaughtered and sacrificed. And that's their karma, and that's their judgment from God. That's how they pay for their karma. That's how they pay. That's their judgment. They have to go through the experience. Their soul, their spirit, their ruh have to go through the same experience, have to get slaughtered and sacrificed. Because their soul, their spirit, their ruh will be in the body of these animals. So they have to experience the same thing, the same fate that these animals experienced or experience. I hope I'm clear. I hope people will get this. I hope that people will try and understand this, because this is a deep spiritual truth that no one else is going to tell you, because no one else is going to be given this kind of deep insight other than someone like me, or other than, it's not even someone like me, other than me. And now I'm telling you, I'm letting you know, I'm informing you, especially the Muslims. Hey, this is the truth. And this is what's really going on beneath the surface with this Eid-Ul-Adha and animal sacrifice Eid business. And this is what you're doing, unbeknownst to you, but now I'm telling you, especially I'm telling the Saudi Arabian Crown Prince and Prime Minister Mohammed bin Salman, or MBS, watching me. Now you know. Now you know. Now God or Allah has told you, has informed you, has told you the truth about this whole thing through me. What are you going to do about it now? Are you going to let it continue? Are you yourself going to keep practicing this? Are you going to pass it down to your next generations and let this animal massacre continue in your family, passing it down to your next generations, in your country even? Are you going to let it continue? Since you're sitting at the top, you have power. You are royalty, and you are also the prime minister of Saudi Arabia, of that country, of your people. They listen to you. You have influence over them. You have power over them. They listen to you. They respect you, is what I'm getting right now. That's the message that's coming through about you. That the people of Saudi Arabia have respect for you and they listen to you, and you have power and influence over the masses of Saudi Arabia, over the people of Saudi Arabia, your country. So, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, I know, it's hard. It's something very hard for people to understand. So, first thing is, are you even going to do anything to tell them, to inform them, to tell them the truth, like I'm telling you the truth? And then, well, we just have to leave it up to them in terms of how they're going to react, or not, or how many of them will just sit there and actually reflect upon it and not be aggressive or violent or anything, not get aggressive, not get violent. But how many will actually sit there and reflect on this truth and then see if it will make sense to them, and then see if this animal massacre could be put an end to in the Muslim world over time. Even if, this is something that can be done slowly over time by informing the Muslims of the truth of what is really going on here. Because who do you want to follow? Do you want to follow God or Allah? Or do you want to follow Jinn, Iblis? It comes down to that. The choice, your free will choice, comes down to that. Do you want to follow God or Allah, or do you want to follow Jinn, Iblis? Do you want to follow God or Allah and God's commandments, let's say, for the lack of a better word, or do you want to follow Jinn, Iblis's commands? Choose. Choose. Who do you want to stand with? Do you want to stand with God or Allah, or do you want to stand with Jinn, Iblis? Please choose. Make your free will choice. Free will that God has given you, given the Muslims, given everyone. God has given the humans free will, so we can choose for better or for worse. 22 minutes into this recording, I think I have conveyed the message, the main message that I needed to convey. So I hope whoever ends up watching this message, I hope you sit down and you try and reflect. I hope that this message will not trigger you in a negative way, but even if it does, there's nothing I can do about it, because all I can do is tell you the truth of it. And yes, it'll probably trigger people. It could trigger people. It could trigger Muslims, and they would think I'm crazy and all that. Or you can sit down and use your brain, use your mind, use your intellect, your common sense, and think, hey, let me just take a moment here to reflect, to think, to use my own brain, to use my own mind, to use my own intellect, to think for myself. Hang on. Haven't I been told that God or Allah is merciful? Rahim or Kareem is what they say in Arabic and Urdu, right? That Allah to bahut Rahim or Kareem hai, that God is merciful. So then why would God ask you to do animal sacrifice like this, and to kill and murder innocent animals? Why would a merciful God ask you to do that every year? Use your common sense. Think for yourself. Think for yourselves for a change. Use your common sense. Use that brain, that human brain of yours. Use that mind. Use that intellect, that God-given intellect, that God-given brain, that God-given mind, for you to think for yourselves and reflect. Why would God ask you to sacrifice innocent animals? They are also living beings like humans, like us. They also have a ruh, a soul, a spirit within them, within their bodies, too, just like humans do. So, why would God, a merciful God, ask you to slaughter and sacrifice them like that? And create an animal massacre all around the Muslim world. How many Muslim countries in the world on this planet? And it's a massacre every year in all these Muslim countries around the world, or however many Muslim countries, because, well, I don't know, but it's still a massacre in however many Muslim countries around the world every year. It's an animal massacre. And God or Allah will never ask or command Muslims to slaughter, kill, sacrifice innocent animals. So then, where did this command come from? I'm telling you, from Jinn Iblis. So who do you want to follow? Do you want to follow God or Allah, or do you want to keep following Jinn Iblis and his command of slaughtering and sacrificing innocent animals? Because this has not come from God. This has not come from Allah. Animal sacrifice has not come from God. It has not come from Allah. I'm telling you this now. If nobody else told you ever, I'm telling you it. I'm telling you this now. And now you know. Now you're informed. And now you have to choose the right thing. You have to choose to do the right thing. You have to put an end to it. You have to stand with me, stand by me. And let's see if we can come together and put an end to this animal sacrifice, this animal massacre that happens every year in the Muslim world, around the world. I think I'm going to leave this message here for now. Take care. Stay safe. Over and out.